Okay. Yeah. So we discussed yesterday about the CSV, right? So let's go to next topic now. Okay. So let's discuss more about post processors. Okay. So what is post processor? The name, what name itself telling? What's telling to us? Post processor. What is post processor?
After the execution.
Yeah. It's like post processing. Means once we have to process anything after once you got the response. After execution, once you got any response, so you have to do anything on the post process. So on the post process component, what we learned, we have used regular expression extractor, right? So let's understand much more about regular expression extractors. Let's go to this dummy API. Okay, let's say we have get employees is there, right? Suppose I want to extract this employee salary. So what we did, we copied this entire line, right? And we changed it into the regular expression here, and we did that, right? But the regular expression extractor will be applicable only for the responses like text or HTML, not for JSON. It's advisable to not use regular expression extractor for JSON things. Okay, so let's go to our web load only. That's where we can see the normal response, right? Let's run this now. Okay, these type of HTML things, that's where regular expression will helpful us for us. Okay, so on that day, what we did, we search for session ID, correct? For correlation, and we copied this line. Okay, till some value, and we came to here and test our regular expression tester. Okay, and we just copy this. Replace this value with dot plus question mark. And we got match count one, right? So we copy it as it is. From where we extract 685. Let's go to 685. We have added extractor, right? Undisable it. Okay, and we have this one. So now here we know out of all things except template, correct? And match number mostly. So we'll discuss this template and match number. Okay. Yeah. So your name of created variable means whatever the you get output will be stored here. So this template nothing but so this we are given right dollar plus dollar. Sorry, dollar plus dot plus question mark. This is called one group. This is called one group. Let's say if I have given the same double quotes, I have given like this again one more group dot plus question mark. If you see test, see I got one more thing. W as represent first one and match one after is the second one. It simply divided your values in this into the two groups again. One of one, one of two. One of zero is where complete our line. One of one is the first group value and one of the second group value. Okay, let's wait now. I put a dot here. What is happening means I want to separate this web store into one thing and this ID into one thing. Because what is the gap is a dot, right? See these two things. Simply click on test. It's not picking the dot. Should get web load stored here. Why you are not getting dot? Okay, slash. Okay, slash is nothing but a special character. So generally, if you put a dot, right? If you put here also dot here. So here dot is nothing but regular expression or a real value. You don't know, right? I mean, that's expression don't know. That's why we put a slash so that we are saying that we are escaping it. We're saying that this dot is not expression. This dot is nothing but your value here. Okay, now we got tested, we got web load. Means I want saying I want this before dot one section, after dot one section. That's why we got web load on state here, and this one value. Okay, now let's copy. You got it. This is called escape character slash. whenever you're using special characters in itself in our line and you want to do regular expression or extract of it, then you have to escape it so that it will treat that as a line only, not expression. It's clear, right? Escape characters, everyone. Okay. Now let's copy this expression and go to regular expression extractor. Let's add one more. Add post processor regular expression extractor. Let's paste this one. And let's give value. Okay, sus1 something. Now we are template nothing but there is two groups, right? So if earlier what happened, one group means you use $1. If there is one group and you can use $1. But now what is happening? We have two groups. So in the two groups, if I want to only the first value, what is the first group here? Webular MP store, right? So if you want to use only first group, then your extractor, you can use only this one. Now, if you want to use only the dynamic value of it, so what is dynamic value storing there? Second group, right? So then you can come here and put here 2. Let's see. Match number keep is 1. Match number 1. Okay, now let's run see. And now to run it, what I have to do? I have to copy paste in somewhere and I have to use there, right? To know what is the value inside it's passing. What is the format? Dollar curly braces s1. I need to pass there and make so that then I'll get to know what is value is passing. But instead of passing some value and checking whether really passing or not, like session ID something, what we'll do, we'll come to here in zero history and we'll check here whether value is passing or not. Correct? True or not? So we are coming here, we'll check it, value is passing. So instead of that, if we add a debug sampler or a debug post processor, it will help us to fetch the data. So for this thing only, if I add a debug post processor, add post processor, we have debug post processor. Debug post was nothing but it will display all our properties, geometry, and everything variables. Throughout our script, right? Throughout our script, whatever the variables you're using, how the values are getting, you can use it. So you have to keep this post processor after this one only. Because what is regular expression extractor? What is regular expression extractor? Post processor, right? So if we keep to post processor, so what will happen? What is order? Whatever execute first, I mean, whatever comes in first, it will use first. So if we keep post processor here, then it can't display the data because it already executed. So your display post processor in the last only. Okay, now if I run, I don't have to use it. I can simply check the output of the value. Okay, 685. See here, request body. See response body. So what is the value I've given here? Sys ID 1, right? See sys 1, na? See, we got only, sorry, is web G1, G2. Okay, what is sys ID? What is I given next name here? Sys1. So I'm giving it 2 template, means it will fetch the only second group. So if you go to sys1 here, you see it picked up only this value. This is the entire value, and G1 is nothing but first match, second match. But what am I assigning? I'm assigning sys1 to your value. So this is your expected value. You don't have to pass and look into there. You can add debug post passer. It will display, see, your address, your ID, username. It will display all the entire variables in your script. So this will help us to know, okay, whether a script is passing or not, whether is there a mistake or the value is getting changed or not, like that. Okay. Now let's come to here. Let's put hyphen here, $1. Okay. And let's run the script. $1 represents first group, right? So if you come to here, if you go to sys1, the response body, where is sys1? See, web store. Earlier, what it has? Just a dynamic value because I kept the template, whatever I want. Let's say now if I do $1 to $2, it means as it is, right? First group and second group as it is. Now let's see what will happen. If you come to sys1, see web load MP store, there is no dot, right? Because $1, what is the value? $2, it came as this. Now let's say, let's reverse it. Let's put a $2 here first, then $1. See, you got dynamic value first, then web load and base data. So you once you got the output, you can do anything, whatever, because sometimes requirement, right? It can't be right away. Okay, extracted copy. No, you have to tweak, or you have to get only half of the value, you get only 1/4 of the value, or you have to reverse the order. Whatever you do, you can control using this template. The more our groups, the more our control the variable on it. Understood, right? Template, everyone, very important. I mean, if it is right away application, very simple, then you can use only $1 one on one group there. But you want to tweak, or you want to change, or reverse, in that case, you have to use this template.
In real time, I mean, where does it will be applicable, like how for the tester?
No, I didn't get the question.
Can you explain us in real time one example, like
Okay. Suppose, see, let's say I take our upload on here. Okay, what we'll get? We got welcome Ravi2, right? Sometimes in the next page, they may be displayed Ravi2 first and welcome last. Or in the cart page, right? They may use only Ravi2. So what is happening? Your username was using different ways. So at that time, if you want to control more over in this line, right? That's why we kept two groups. One group is for welcome, second group is for, so that I can use whenever second group is using, so I can do dollar to dollar like that. We won't be getting exact use case like that, but it should be idea. Okay, whenever you have like this, so how to do that? So that's where template will help us.
Is this test two regular expressions we use it, no?
Sorry, test?
In this test, we implemented two regular expressions, no?
So you kept this one for the session ID. So I won't touch the session ID for correlation. And this is for our understanding purpose. You can add any extra extractors for any request. Suppose I have 10 variables, right? I will use 10 extractors to get 10 variables. It's based on how your application's complexity. If it is complex, a lot of using dynamic variables every time, every page, then you have to use regular expression extractor every time, and to make sure your script should pass.
And I think one more doubt. Here we are using regular expression, right? In the login page. Suppose I want for another HTTP request also regular expression. Can I pass only the variable names only, right? In that next text.
Yeah, once you extract it, wherever you pass, you can use the variable name dollar like this.
If I use directly regular expression, whatever I pasted in the login page, it is working or not?
No, I didn't get you.
Actually, here we are passing the variables login here. In the regular expression extractor, same I create in the regular expression extractor, same here in the login page 686 also.
Correct.
Same I am using, I'm not using in variable names. Directly I'm using that whatever I created in the regular expression.
No, you can't do that. Because this extractor only will helpful to get the value of it. If you use as is, right, this component won't do that one. This component extractor will help us to only fetch the value out of it.
Fetch the value from the response.
And we'll keep here and no, use it. That's what extractor.
Okay.
Okay, it's clear, right? Template. Now, let's put a template normal. Now, what is the match number? So, what is the match number? If your expression is getting the much, what is this? Let's copy this one. Okay, let me remove all this left hand side some value. Okay, and right hand side this value. Okay, kept this one. So that let's see. So I got two matches. Okay, now, okay, let me remove this group also, so that I'll get more matches. I am getting too much of that space. Okay, remove that space. Okay, yeah. How come? No. Okay. Array, sorry, I need to click this one. Okay, now I got 4 matches. Right? So in this match, I want to select a particular one, means what I want to, this is what our desired value, right? So if you want this value, what is our match number here? 2. So what will come to regular expression and will paste the expression, give match number 2. But it's always advisable to write expression such that you should get more matches. Sorry, should get only one match. So how to get one match? Either you increase your left side boundary and right side boundary to get the match. But still, sometimes whatever written, you getting a match number uh, I mean multiple matches like 2 or 3, then there is no other option. You have to use match number only. But if you give 1 and 2, right, means if I give 2 means second match. If I give 1 means first match. If I give third means third match. Correct? What will happen if I give 0? 0 is nothing but random. See, 0 nothing but random. If it's 0, I have 4 matches, right? Every time it will take one of the match automatically. Okay, so let's test that. To test it, right? We'll test it. Let's say I'll keep here 1 as it is. I'll copy the extractor. Okay, I'll write here comments में match number. Okay, and this is for template. So because at the end of the class, I will sharing the script, and that time it will help you to understand template. Okay, yeah. So here, what is the expression we got? This is the expression, right? 4 matches. Control C. Okay, let's run the expression here. Okay, let's put ses match. Okay, and here I give $1, right, and match number 1. Let's see what is match number will happen. So if I keep deep post processor here, right, it won't cover this one. What I have to do, I have to keep this, because both are post processor, both are same component. Whoever execute the first, that will be the final. Okay, let's run it now. Let's see what ses match will come. What is ses match? You got search. Okay, so if you see, search is like our second or third option, right? Now let me run second time. So I won't clear this one so that we can keep, so that we can compare. Run a second time. Okay, so what we are getting here, the such match. See, we got this such match. We got search again, right? Okay, let me run again third time. Hey, how come I'm getting a search every time?
We gave 1 there.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. Yeah. So it gives you 0, right? Okay. So 0 means we get different. Yeah. Okay. Now let's clear it, run. Okay. Let's go for our search match. This is match. So you got search. Okay. First time. Let's run second time. See, we got login now. So it changed, right, automatically. You understood, right? So irrespective of whatever, if you have 4 matches, or 2 matches, whatever it is, based on that, it will change the 0 number. So suppose why we be in the, I mean, once you have any products, right? Suppose 5 products are there. Okay, you have written a regular expression to capture all the 5 products. But if you run only match number 1, means it will always pick up the product 1, right? Your entire script. Suppose you're running with 1,000 users, so all 1,000 will pick up product 1 only. Correct. So instead of that, if you want to make normally, right, then you'll go 0 here. So every time it will pick up different product. Right? You have 5 or 10 products, so 1,000 users pick up different products. It's like more generic. That's a match number. Now, what will happen if I give -1? I can give -1 also, right? So if you give -1, it will capture entire your output, and this will become your array. Currently, what is the variable now? String only. It is accepting only one value. But if you give -1, what are the matches? Which could be a 4 match, 5 match, or 1 match. The output, all the entire output will be stored in S match. Okay, let's see. Clear, run. If you come to here, there is S match. Yeah, if you see here, S match, _1 search, _2 value, _3 login, _login. See, this is a 4 array. Now it's become a 4. We have 4 matches, right? Now it has 4 elements. You can't see one single S match here. And if you see, _match and is a common variable where it will get the match count of 4. We display what is the matches number of 4. Okay, so if you give -1, it will store entire thing so that you can store whatever the value you want. Suppose I want second value, so what I'll do, I'll give match _2 in the my variable dollar curly braces match _2 second value, dollar curly braces match _4 will pick up the fourth value. And I want to print what is the count I want to get, how many matches are there. I can use match and this is a count to get all the 4. Match number -1. 0 is random, 1 or 2 per singular match. It's clear, right? Match number. So why we using match number -1? Because suppose see, you are recording application. Okay, let's go to our upload only. Okay, you have how many products we have? 4, right? So you click on all 4. You observe what is their product ID 3, right? See product ID 1, correct? Product ID 2. If observe, right, what happened? Everything is same, only the ID changing. True? Suppose I have 100 products. So do I need to click here everything to get 100 products recorded? No, right? If I record one AP, that's it. What I'll do, I will either parameters through CSV of all under 1 to 100 IDs, or I can add some 5 or 10, correct? But instead of that, if you want take IDs are not 1 to 100. Suppose if you go to Amazon, right? So this is dummy application, you will see like 1 or 2 products. But if you see anything, let's say 1 plus. So for this product ID, it is very, the number will be very different. I'll show you how the number is. Kind of this, the number could be like this format. So now can I sequence it, or can I put in Excel sheet? Like if I do 39.28, I can put 39.3 whether I get any other product? No, right? In the real time, you won't get the product IDs. So what we'll be doing, we'll be hitting our common page. Let's say we go to our common page. Yeah. So let's say common page. In this common page, I can find all the product IDs. Correct? If I see display 4 products, means I can see all 4 products, right? You are getting my point? Right, now what I'll do, I will write regular expression to capture all the 4 products. So let's go to here. So where is the file? It is there, index.php. This is index.php, right? Means I can see all my 4 products here. So let's go to 687. Right here, I need to get all the product IDs. So if I do ID equal to 1, okay, this is one of the product ID. If ID equal to 2, let's see. Okay, I'm getting a second one. So if I write a regular expression of this value, simple, Control C, write a regular expression tester. Okay, what I'll do, the 2 will change right every time. So I'll simply put $ plus question mark. See, I got 4 products because in this page I have only 4 products. Let's say you're taking Amazon. If you write an expression like this to get all the products, you'll get all 100 products also. So now what you'll do, use a -1 option, right? Use a -1 option to restore all the 100 products, and you can use in your script. So in the real time, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like complete different numbers are there. So to get a different numbers and to store and to use it wherever required, you'll be using this match number -1 will help us to capture all the products. Everyone clear, right? Why using -1? This is one of the use case. But in our application, in your project, you make a different use case to capture all the values or capture all the dynamic values like that. In that case, you have to use a -1. Okay, clear -1. Very important -1. Right now, if I do -2, what will happen? Or let's say valid value or invalid value. So -2 is also invalid value. -2 is only for capture small letters. In our output, if you want to capture right, it will do -1, -2 for small letters. -3, yes, you can use for -3 for capital letters. But we are not using them. But as this is our class, I'm just telling you for information. So till -1 only using it. -1 for all, 0 for random, 1 not 3 for specific match. Okay, clear? Okay, so I'm just pausing the recording. I'm getting an office call. Yeah. Okay. Understood, right? What is the use of -1, 0, right? So this is regular expression extractor. But as I told you, right, this expression extractor will work for only HTML and plain text purposes. For kind of using JSON, I would not advisable to use this extractor. For every response of JSON, what we have to use? We have to use JSON expression extractor. Correct? Which we discussed already in the post parser. JSON extractor. Right? So for to use JSON extractor, what you have to use? You have to use JSON path. So how to write a JSON path? We'll learn that $dot something in the dot. You'll go to it, and we have JSON object and JSON array. Okay, and same concept, match number here again. The 0 random 1, so same concept of match number. Okay, so these are the two which we highly use, and apart from that, we have a boundary extractor. This is nothing but regression extractor where you don't have to give expression. Suppose you are not able to write a regular expression extractor, right? $% you forgot, or something like happened. What you have to give? You just give a left boundary of value and right boundary of value. It automatically write an expression to pick up the value. Okay, so if you observe here, what is our session ID, right? Here this value. No, so simply you don't know what is the value required. Simply give Control C, left boundary here, and what is the right boundary of the value, and I will put a left boundary of value. That's it. Everything else is a match number default variable. So instead of extractor, this regular expression value is not there, where JMeter will do that. So this is called boundary extractor. Okay, same as like nothing, all the things are same, only instead of writing expression, this will work. Okay, apart from this, we have, these are the important one again. So bin shell is there, right? So what I mentioned, bin shell for coding. Suppose you want to do, suppose what are the response is there, right? Out of the response, you want to add some code inside that. Suppose I'm getting a welcome Ravi T1, right? In that case, I need to say welcome Ravi T1 user. Let's say I have to append the user. So with the expressions, with the extractors, can I do that? No, right? I have to write a code for that. That's where I'll go for bin shell post parser. Okay, but along with that, XPath and CS are there. We are not using that because XPath is complete like in the Selenium, right? You guys have a idea on Selenium? Anyone? I mean, you guys have a normal idea. You don't have to use it. Just you know what is Selenium or not, right? Selenium is like our automation testing tool, right? Where in the browsers, suppose now we are using regular expression extractor and JSON, right, to picture value. Same way, in the Selenium, we'll be using XPath. XPath is nothing but to pick up the elements. Suppose your JSON extractor, regular expression extractor not working, in that case, we'll be adding a XPath. But 99% we won't using that. But in that case, if you want to use, you are an automation guy and you know, instead of regular expression, you know, with XPath, you can write XPath. Okay. Suppose you're using a database, right? Then you will be using JDBC thing. Okay. Yesterday I forgot about database. Right. Okay, DB. Right. So if you're using database, you'll be using the JDBC post parser. So these are nothing but your post parser components. Clear, right? What is a post parser? Out of a post parser, we'll be using literal expression extractor and your JSON extractor. These two are the important. And in this field, each field you have to know why you are using it. Suppose let's say again, let's do a control H. Let's for boundary extract, right? You don't know what is it, simply control H. Okay, no, let's click on the regular expression. Let's see the match number, what it is giving, right? Control H. Yeah.
Regular expression extractor, mostly we are using for HTML, right? Suppose I'm capturing in a direct postman collection only, that
Okay.
session ID. Can I
Okay.
use JSON extractor or regular expression extractor?
That's why if you are getting a regular expression properly without tweaks, or if you're getting only single match for our expression, you can use regular expression. But whatever the expression right for JSON, right, you'll get same thing for different matches. Suppose let's see. I'll show you in the real time. Let's go to our JSON script. Okay, get employees there. Suppose you want to copy his employees. What I'll do, simply we copy this one, right? Till comma, right? Control C. We'll be writing regular expression tester, employees, and we'll replace 61 with our dot plus question mark, correct? Dot plus question mark. To do test, see how many matches I got? 24.
Multiple, yes.
Because it's JSON. You will see same structure everywhere. So hence I won't be using regular expression extractor. I'll be using JSON so that I know employed. I'll take employee ID or profile in some condition or employee name so that I can pick up the employees of that one. That's why JSON will be advisable for the JSON data type. Whatever you do, right? Now I can do, suppose if I copy this line, entire line, till employee is, Control C. What I did, I just extend left boundary, no? So I got 61 also. But this is not advisable way. So you have to use JSON. We have a filter condition, right? Question mark at the rate of, in that case, you have to use these things. So you got 61 here also, but this is not a recommendable way. Because they have outgot everything, right? So that will get it. But sometimes again, some new salary, some if I put in salary, same salary as same person, then again you'll get more matches. That's why for JSON, it's always use JSON, but you are not able to pick up the JSON, right? You know, you are not good at JSON. So you are using regular expression. If you like this, that's also okay. At the end, your script is running or not, that's the main purpose. So we got 61 with match count 1, that's it. Use a regular expression, you will use it. But if you're not able to do that, go for JSON. That's it. Okay? Clear, Suresh?
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, these are the post processors. Now let's go to pre-processor. What is the pre-processor? What is the pre-processor?
Before execution.
Yeah, before sending the request, you want to do anything. That's what pre-processor. Okay. So let's see what are the components available in pre-processor. So let's go to our upload script only. So here we use CSV, right? So what is the purpose of CSV?
Multiple test data.
There are multiple test data used. But if we have only 3-4 limited set, okay, in that case, we can use one more component called user parameters. We are passing here, right? Right click, add the preprocessor called user parameters. Okay, it means it has one kind of small CSV. Let's say I have username variables, right? So add variable. Add a variable. The first name is username. And the second variable I will add password. Okay, how many users? Let's say I want to use 2 users. So I give add user. In the down you see, right? Add user option. I have 3 users like this. And you can write here username 1. Okay, username 2, username 3. And same as password. Pass 1, pass 2, pass 3. You can add like this 100 only, but you have to add manually everything. And you can't extract this also. That's why if I have very limited data, like 3 or 4 users, you want to do multiple things, right? Then even in that case only you can use user parameters. But it's always advisable not to use these user parameters, because where CSV is important, where you can do anything on CSV. But whereas user parameters, everything you have to write manually, and there's no way of exporting it. Whatever written manually, again, if you want to use somewhere else, right? Again, you have to write manually. Whereas CSV you can copy paste. Okay, if I do up and down, right, it will go. I mean, password is like that, and down is password to come down here. If you want delete variable, you can delete the variable. If you want delete the user, you can delete the user. What is this? Select it, delete user. Right? Same, add user, add variable. This is one of the preprocessor. Suppose again, right? Now I want to, I'm testing a Google engine. Okay, my requirement is I want to test Google engine. I want to search this search, right? Okay, here I have to give, numbers, different numbers. So what I'll do again, I will use a CSV file and I will put a different number of sets there, right? 1, 2, them different set, and I'll pass the CSV to my API, Google Search API. I'll do that. But instead of that, I can write a code, right, to get a different numbers, and I can pass that code to this API. So now the code has to execute before passing the API, correct? So then I'll use our bean shell preprocessor. Or bean shell preprocessor, where I can use this one to send or execute the code and output. What are the output I'm getting? I can send the output to tool API. Okay, so these are two important preprocessors. Others we won't be using much, but if you want, you can go through them. Clear, right? User parameters and our bean shell preprocessor. Okay, so now I have,
Can you repeat this bean shell preprocessor?
Yeah, see the coding, right? Only no, that's why the bean shell will discuss everything at the same time. No, that's why I am not covering. Okay, so bean shell nothing but suppose this is my API. Let's say this is a Google API, or let's say let me use product space. Okay, if you see here, I am passing it 2. Correct? I have to pass like different numbers here. So what is the way? Suppose if I have data set of 10 or 20 numbers, I can put this 10 or 20 in the CSV file and I can pass it. That's clear, right? Till that point. If I know what are a set, I can put in a CSV and I can pass it. But assume that these are simple random numbers. Simple, very random numbers. So you don't have to use CSV. Because there's dependency, your script is dependent CSV. So instead of that, what I will do, I will add a bean shell preprocessor, okay? And I'll write a code here to get the random functions output. So what I will do then, I can pass this output to my API here. Because preprocessor 1 will be executed before sending the request, this will be executed, right? So the code will be executed. I will get one output, then output I will be passing to here. It's clear, right? Don't worry about all the bean shell, we'll discuss at the last. So whenever you are not having any component, see, I want to generate a code. So where can I write? I don't have any component to write a code. That's why I'm using a bean shell preprocessor. So I am using bean shell preprocessor, not bean shell post processor, because that code has to execute before sending the API. Correct. That's why I'm using bean shell preprocessor. Suppose if my code is dependent on the response, then I will be using bean shell post processor. You understood now, Sweta?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So once we discuss bean shell, right, it will be much clarity.
Okay, so we have to add that in the same request where we are sending to that request.
Suppose if you want to send this request, then you have to add here. Suppose you want to, when you want to send the data to every request, so then what we'll do? We'll put this bean shell processor in this global level. What global will do? Each and every request, this will act as a preprocessor.
Okay.
If it's only specific request, I will put a specific one on.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the preprocessors. Clear, right? Pre and post processor. So out of this pre and post processor, we'll be using a regular expression and JSON. Those are two are important. Because whenever extracting the data, whenever passing it, these two are important. Okay. So now let's see. So you did every scripting and everything is went fine, right? You designed a script properly and you have tested like different load set data. Okay. And you got the values which are in SLA. SLA is nothing but service level agreement, where your client and you will agreeing that, your client says that what are the values I'm getting inside the SLA, that should be green. Suppose he says in the SLA, okay, he says in the SLA, say that response time is less than or equal to 5 seconds. Error percent is okay if it's less than 10%. Okay. Like this, they will define SLA, service level agreement, nothing but if your data test, what irrespective of scenario, irrespective of load test, if you are getting these two or this thing, means your application is green according to your client. Right. So whenever your error percent is more, whenever response time is more, then it says that, okay, this is not expected, there's something wrong where the client won't accept it, then could be a performance issue, or we call it performance bottleneck. Sorry? Hello?
Actually, voice was breaking earlier.
Okay, okay. It is clear now? Maybe some internet issues. Yeah. So SL nothing but where our client says that, okay, these are the things which I need to be, all results should be under these values. Okay. So when you're doing the test, so once you got a result, you'll be checking whether your response time less than 5 seconds or not, error percent is not. If sorry, if it is not these things, then it is a performance bottleneck, because as per the client, that is not acceptable value. So they will be debugging, they will do engineering to get all those things. Correct? This is clear. Now, for all your tests, you got less than 5 seconds. So what you did, you given a green sign. Means you given a you say agreed to next release. Agreed to for the next environment. Says okay, everything is green here, and you can deploy into the production environment. So because once the tester says it will be deploy production environment, then only we'll be deploying. Correct? Otherwise, we won't be allowing. The team won't allow it. Right? So now that's okay. That's fine. Now the application is deployed in production. Okay, like it's been 2-3 months. There is no issues. But after third month, there are some of the users, they are getting the lag. Lag nothing but is not responsive. Not responsive, nothing but it's slowly loading. And they are raising a complaint saying that this application is not slowly loading. And then what is happening? One is the production issues, right? And the one production bugs, you call no, that they are very severe and critical. Why production bugs are severe and critical? Come on, guys. Why production bugs are severe and critical? Normally.
Maybe number of users increases the load.
No. Normally, forget load testing. Why the production bugs are important? Because that's real users, right? If they feel the application is not working, what they will do? They won't be using the application. If they are not using the application, what will happen? The revenue will be fallen. The revenue will be less, right? That's what we discussed in the starting of the class in performance testing. So every user is important to the application. If the user is doing, suppose average, let's say the user is doing per month is doing some 10,000 rupees on shopping, Amazon, let's check Amazon. If Amazon loses one user, it is matter or not? It's matter, right? Because if we have competitors like Flipkart, other websites, even the one user who is having average shopping of 1,000 is also important because their revenue. So production bugs are very important because the real users will face the issue. It's not like our testers or developers or the UAT. The real users who will be using the application, because we are getting a project or we are doing this. See, if we are doing a load testing team, means who will be paying for us? Our clients, right? The billing. Why we are doing that? Because they are paying for us to know that there is no bug in our application. If you are using a production time, means it's very critical because end user is not satisfied. If he is not satisfied, he may go to other websites. That's why production bugs are very important and critical. So when you got production point says that application is not responsive, immediately they will get to your performance team. They come to performance team and they will ask you, why did you, how come it is missed in our testing environment? So then there are two reasons. So you can say that no, production environment is like highly scalable, whereas testing environment is very limited. That could be the reason. Now they say, okay, let's forget an environment. Then what could be other reasons? How come it is not missed in our testing environment and where it is on the production environment? You understand my question, right? You test a lot of scenarios, designs, everything in your testing environment, and everything is green. Means everything less than 5 seconds. But once it deployed into production, same code, same environment, let's say same only. But after 3 or 4 months, people started giving complaints saying that the application is not responsiveness. Any idea what could be the issue? Why they are getting it? And your testing environment, you tested immediately again there, and there is no issue. Can you guess what could be the issue there? Why the real user is getting it? Why you are not able to see that issue?
Maybe due to network.
Okay. Any other answer? No, just guess it. If it's environment, I said same environment. So what could be other reasons where in our testing environment is not working, where in the production environment it's failing?
The data, number of users using it.
No, we have tested more than that. In the production using 1,000, we tested with 5,000 users. Right? It's a network. Because in our office, what is your network speed? Right? What is network speed? Let's test our network speed. Speedtest.net, right? Let's use this website. It will tell you in current my laptop, right? What is the network speed? Sorry. So it's around some 49 Mbps. Okay. Same as right in our office machine, we could be having 100, 200, 300 Mbps, right? Download speed. So if you are testing this much of speed, can you expect our client should be having the same network speed? No, right? I mean the real users. Correct. So it could be he might not be using this much of speed. He might be using some 10 Mbps also. True? Right? Understand now the question. So he might be using 10 Mbps or 20 Mbps or we don't know whatever Mbps it is. Suppose the users are in remote location, right? I mean, they are very far from our from our server and they are using very low speed due to some issues. So in that case, your application is not working, you will get complaints. So it means while you're testing your application, you should consider your network speed also. So while gathering requirements, you should ask what is the real audience and where they are located and what could be their average network speed. You can't say that, okay, I tested in my machine, it's 100 Mbps to network speed, and whereas real user is using 20 Mbps. Obviously, we'll see the issues. Got it? So you have to keep this in mind of this one also. In the ever network, you have to consider what is the real users using network speed. If it's like kind of metro cities, right? You don't have to worry. Because in everywhere you city will get a minimum speed. But your application is like, say, government application. So government application could be used by all of the throughout the country, right? All the location, all our places. So those things you have to consider. So now how we will test it? So we have to test with that speed only to find out the issues. Correct? Correct or not? So how I can test it? So either I need to switch my network speed or my Wi-Fi to get that speed. So in our office, can you do that? No, right? By default, you're using our network speed where we're having, otherwise you have to go to your data modems, right? Whereas you can downgrade your, downgrade the, data or something, or downgrade the speed, you can use it, right? Or in JMeter, we have option. We have option to control the speed. You can test the request. Okay, that we call network test in our JMeter. Okay, so let's see how to do that in JMeter. Suppose now, let's go to view registry of same script. Okay, if I run the script means I'm getting this 2.2 second as response time by default network speed, correct? Based on my laptop. Correct? True or not? Based on my network speed, I'm getting this one. So If there is minimum speed, like if the 10 or 20, that should be required, so that you will get whether 100 Mbps or 10 Mbps, you get same speed only. So when it's minimum, but if you go beyond minimum, then you'll be seeing higher response times. So now we'll be upgrading our JMeter to test that, and we'll run the script and you'll see the differences here. Okay, you will see the difference in latency. What is latency? Network delay, right? You will be seeing the latency value here. Okay, so to go to that, first you have to go your JMeter dot properties from your bin folder. Okay, in earlier classes, we discussed one of the use case of JMeter properties. Do you remember what is that for? We open JMeter properties for one of the value to change. You guys remember what is that for?
Changing the settings, setting values.
Settings of
JMeter.
JMeter only. In JMeter, what is a component?
Report setting.
Yeah, report for view registry. Right? In the view registry, we added the more number of lines to display. Right? Same, let's go take in JMeter properties. Okay, now let's search for CPS. Okay, CPS is nothing but characters per second. So in JMeter, search for CPS, you will see these things. See, if you see, you understand it? Define character per second greater than 0 to emulate slow connection. Okay, by default they're commented, right? Because to use network speed. But if I uncomment it like this and give some value here, and okay, let's say I give some 1000. Let's say give 1000, right? And I'll tell you what is the 1000. Sorry, it's 100, right? Okay, 1000. Okay, let's save the script. So when you are changing JMeter properties, you have to restart JMeter to reflect these changes, right? And remember, for the same script, you got 2.24. Now let's close and reopen the script and let's see what is the value you'll get it. Okay, let's run the same script. View registry. Nothing, same configuration. So earlier we got 2.2 second response time, right? So now let's see what we'll get here. What is your value now? What is the value? 8.8 second. And if you say your latency is 8.8, because now JMeter is working to, it is working with, we have given 1000 value there, right? So based on the 1000 value, it's allocated one speed. With that speed only, it is working there. That's why you got higher response times. Because if your network speed is slow, what happens? The transferring of data will take time, right? See, if your network is speed and only from client to server, it will reach the data immediately. But your network is very slow, how it will get it? It won't get it. No? That's why your latency will increase. Obviously, your latency increases, your response time increases. Understood now? No doubts? Okay. So it will take a lot of, all our things will take some 9 seconds. 8.9 seconds. Okay. So everything will be taking time because of slow connection. So now, how to give the connection? So we have one formula. Okay, given CPS 1000, right? So the formula of CPS equal to given speed in kbps into 1024 by 8. Suppose my default network speed how much? 40 Mbps, right? Suppose I want to run with 10 kbps. Sorry, I want to run with 1 Mbps. Let's say 1 Mbps. So how to do that? 1 Mbps into 1. So we have to convert it to 1 into kbps, right? How to convert Mbps into kbps? Into 1024. 1 into 1024. This is given speed. Now, what is the formula? Into 1024 by 8. Into 1024 by 8. Let's go to calc. Let's say 1024 into 1024 divided by 8. Means if I give 131072 in my JMeter, it will run our script with 131072. It will run the script with 1 Mbps speed. You understood now? And make sure once you're done with script, you always uncomment it, because if you forget it, right? So what are the tests you run? You always will take a lot of time or failures. So once you're done with your load test with network speed, you have to comment it. So make sure that you will be in normal position. Otherwise, all your tests will be in the same thing. Right? So CP is nothing but characters per second. The formula is given speed into kbps into 1024 by 8. Suppose I want to do 1 kbps, so 5 kbps. Then 5 kbps means 5 only, right? There is no thing now. 50 into 1024 by 8. So now calculate it. What would be value? 5 into 1024 by 8. 640. So if I give 640 here, it means you'll run with a 5 kbps speed. So this is the way where we can do network control speed in a JMeter to make sure how the regulators behave in the test. If our application audience is not remote location or they are like kind of city, the average network speed is some 10 or 20 Mbps, then fine, don't have to worry about this thing. But as explicitly, some requirement will be like that. So that's why you have to control your network speed from JMeter here. It's clear? So let's comment out it and restart JMeter to change the scripts. Otherwise, all your tests will be going like this way. Okay, let me stop recording.